and she turned and gave me a kiss on my lips, and let go of my hand and ran into like fucking recess. And I was like, yo.
Guys, it's me Anthony. Welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be a notebook review of the Archer and Olive Neapolitan notebook. Archer and Olive sent this to me, and I wanted to review it. It's really fun. I think like all the cool different color pages are in there. It's really cool. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe. We are at 200. I am filming this a couple days after it happened. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to have this platform to spread my journal spreads and what I love doing the most. So thank you so much. And without further ado, let's get right on to this journal. So this is going to be a series I have on my channel. I decided that this would be something fun to do instead of just having like one notebook review. Why not have a couple? I already have a lot of them planned. I have like some lined up already. So the categories we're going to be reviewing this notebook on are as follows. We're gonna be talking about the paper, so the paper quality, paper GSM, the color, the dot grid, and also the bleed/ghosting, because I know that's a very important topic when it comes to doing journals. Then also the packaging. I do not keep the journal in the same packaging, but it did come in a very nice box. Like, I really love the box. Then we're also going to talk about the journal features itself, so like any unique features, and then just the journal feature in general, like the closure and the ribbons and those things. The pricing and if it's worth it. The variety of the different color journals or the different covers of the journals, and then also the overall quality and feel of the journal. So out of that, each one has different points to it. So we have a numerical system of tracking this. So out of the entire thing should be out of 40. There could be more points as like those additional unique features, or you know what I mean. There could be more points depending on that, and then. Wow, I rated out like 5 stars. So like I said, this is the Neapolitan journal, so that means there is going to be different color, this might be a longer one because I had to go through 3 different types of paper. So I'll leave the timestamps right here for the paper style, so you guys don't have to sit here and watch the entire video. If you want to, you can, but I'll leave the timestamps here for the entire video for the different color pages. So starting off with this white paper, this is their standard paper. This is their 160 GSM paper. It is very nice quality. I've heard no complaints. I've seen this on a lot of YouTubers channel lately. So this is their standard journal, A5 size, 8 by 4.5 inches, I think, maybe. Don't quote me on that exactly. This right here is their standard paper. Like I said, the dot grid is pretty nice and light, nothing too distracting from what you're actually drawing. So for each one of these, I want to kind of set up a journal spread like I normally would, like maybe like a cover page or something, but right now I am lost. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my markers. I want to test out a lot of them. So I'm going to test out the art line sticks, a Sharpie, this is a paint marker, a fine liner, Tombow, and a Crayola Super Tube. I feel like that should be enough. Yeah. I'm going to test these out to see what markers show up on them, like the bleed through. Okay, let's see. So testing out all the markers. Wait a second. Wait, so we see this Sharpie right here. This is a. I'm not sure if I'm not sure that like if it's gonna get manipulated by like the phone quality, but whatever it is, that Sharpie is not showing through. Like not even. Like, I can't tell I wrote in Sharpie. I thought Sharpie would be the one that did it for it. Wait. What? I'm confused. Wait a second. I like this. I like this a lot. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go over them to see, like, how many layers. I'm just going to do this one. I don't want to like do the entire ones because we obviously know Crayola Super Tube is going to take a long time to give out. So this would be 2. 4. I'm getting some ghosting. 5. I'm getting a little bit of ghosting. 6. 7. Ooh, no, we're done. 8. See if we can get to 10. Nope, 8 did it. Yeah. Well, we can take into consideration that these are some pigment like juicy markers, really juicy markers. So 8, it takes me 8 layers like with a juicy marker to get to like bleed through. I can get maybe on a scribbles that matter like with maybe a couple layers. So like this right here, this is gold. Okay. So now that we have that, I'm gonna skip a page so I can, well, I guess I'll do this page right here. I wanna set up like a 1-page calendar and see like how does it like the paper react and things like that. Or I can do it on this side. No, I'm gonna do it on this side. So also we can see how it kind of reacts with these different kind of pens. Okay, one thing I've noticed about this journal already, that it is not meant to do like these kind of calendars because I'm not able to put the dates. If I do the dates, I have to like go on the binding, which is not something I want to do. And also something else to notice is that the binding right here, unlike a Scribbles That Matter journal, the binding doesn't go, the stitching for the like pamphlets I like to call them, it doesn't go all the way down, so like you can lift up the ends. That's not a big deal to me because I probably won't be lifting up the ends. I'm not sure like why I would do that, but if that is a concern to you about like fallout in your journal, I mean that's something to take in consideration with the journal pricing. I do feel like that could be improved, maybe something like maybe just like at least the bottom stitching, because I'm pretty sure the top part won't come out as often, but maybe like stitching the bottom all the way down would be a good idea. I don't know. Scared to erase because this is a Muji gel pen, so I don't want it to smudge. So I erase the outside and see how the paper gives. Okay, I like it. The paper doesn't like take the pencil in so much, if that makes sense. Like, have you had a journal like no matter how light you sketch, you can, after erasing it, you still see it? And that could be a factor of the pencil and eraser. But I know in my Scribbles That Matter, no matter like if I light sketchly, the paper, I think the paper is so porous maybe that it keeps all like ink and graphite that even sits on it. So I think this is a very nice, their paper is really smooth. I can tell like just by grazing my hand across it. And like my pen doesn't like, you know, I think that's what also helps like the pen dry faster, because it only sits in, I'm not the pen dry faster, I mean the ink not bleed through, because it doesn't soak into the page, it kind of sits on top of the page. Now that is a concern. I know people say that's a concern sometimes though, because that means the ink doesn't dry, but it seems like my ink is drying pretty nice. And yes, I did do my research before filming this video. Here's gonna be the ultimate smudge test. We're gonna do a Tombow over the Muji gel pen. Okay, I'm confused. I don't see any like smudging. Like, do you guys see that? There's no smudging on this side. I'm confused. This is mind blowing. So I guess at the top we can like write in Even though this it's supposed to be July, that these shouldn't be there, but you know, whatever. July 2020. So even though I can't do it on the rest of them, I guess I'll do like this. And especially because I just got these like really inky. So see, I want to put this to the ultimate test. I want to use Sharpie for my number. Okay, what else I want to do this? I want to kind of like make this spread as like destroyed as possible. Okay, I'm gonna like go over this multiple times. I don't have like my destructive pens with me, so I guess let's do a page reveal and see what's going on the back side. Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. I'm so sorry, but like you can see like it has like I'm not sure what people call it, but it has like the ridges on the back from like the pen. But that's like I use such a fine point pen, but not even like the Sharpie showed up. That's impressive, really impressive. So I guess for the paper quality, because this is three different types of paper. So for the paper quality, I love it. The GSM is 160, by the way, if you guys are wondering. This is the white paper, and then also the dark gray. Like I said, it's a very nice gray color. It's not super distracting from your journal express. And then I love the bleed through and ghosting. As you can see, it's just immaculate. Besides that took like 8 times. So I'll write down 8 times. But that's just wow. You know what? I want to do something real quick. I'm gonna write Archer and Olive. I want to see if like oh god, this is a Sharpie and it's just not bleeding through. Okay. Sharpie. I use pressure. I had to somewhat calligraphy. Now like, I mean, it's not even bleed through. It's just ghosting, which I can handle. I know some people they hate ghosting. I don't know why. It's not even that big of a deal. But if that's a concern to you, I don't know why you're using Sharpie as your journal. Anyway, but there's none. Like this is mind blowing. Okay, so I guess now we can move on to the craft paper. The craft paper feels a lot more porous than the white paper does. Obviously it's craft paper though. And so this one right here, I've looked on the Instagram, regular markers work on it. It's just like, obviously the color payoff is not going to be the same as it would be on a white paper. So we're going to do the same exact markers we had last time. I'm going to use those same markers up until I get to the black paper, because obviously some of those won't work. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this and see how different colors pay off. Okay, so this are the craft paper. Obviously, the darker the color gets, the more color payoff you get. And that makes sense. So the lightest color I have, which is this Tombow right here, it's purple, but you can see that purple tint, but it looks gray because of how light the color is. So I guess the darker and the juicier pens are, the more color payoff you get on this craft paper. No ghosting. This is different. I can tell you this now though, the craft paper, like I said, it does feel a lot more porous than this white paper to me. And so another thing I want to add to this is the white gel pen, because it's not white paper, so I can use the white gel pen over it and we can see how it reacts. The white is very pigmented on this paper. Obviously, if these aren't going to bleed through, why would the white gel pen bleed through? So I think for this spread, I want to use the white gel pen more, because I want to start using it for like the black paper stuff. So I guess down here we can like do a quote maybe. Yeah, this is definitely a lot more porous. I can feel it when writing. And I was thinking maybe it's the white gel pen, but it's actually just the paper. Like if I wrote My Brown Fox, I can feel like my pen ink being soaked up a lot more than the white gel pen, to be honest with you guys. So if that's something you hate, porous paper, this is not for you. I mean, honestly, I would not even use this as a bullet journal because, as you guys know, I'm traditional. I love me some white paper, but I would love to use I would buy a journal of craft paper and black paper. One craft paper for like some really cool cards and things like that, but just to like cut out and like rip out and paste in my journal, that would be like really cool. I might do that one month. Okay, so here's where we're gonna test this out. I want to probably do like a weekly spread maybe. Let's do that. Okay, so the thing I said about the new paper quality, I'm not the new paper quality, the erase stuff of the paper, definitely, even on Sketch Lightly, you can still see this, as you can see, that the eraser doesn't erase as nicely as it does on white paper. Something to take in consideration. Okay, something I've noticed that even so, the fact that it's more porous is that it soaks up the ink so much that it's hard to use white gel pens over it. So I have a paint marker, but it's a chisel tip, so I'm gonna wait till I get done with these lines and test that out. You can see that these lines are messy, and that's just for the simple fact because the paper is so porous that I had to even get like an opaque layer, I had to go over the white gel pen a lot more than I normally do. I usually have to go maybe one, not even a lot, and so it took me a while to actually get a decent white color that looks pretty nice on there. So I guess I'm gonna try out this paint pen from Posca. Okay, it should be like filled now. Oh, I'm excited to use this. Okay, let's see. Okay, so something I just realized that I can't do. You can't fix mistakes on this. So, and this is why, because it's craft paper and you don't have a craft paper marker. Not just and also because it's different. It's the same tone overall, but it has like those different individual tones. If that makes sense. So like right here, I messed up. I was like, I can go over with white. I'm like, I'm doing this in white, so I can't do that. And it's not like black paper. I can like just go back over like maybe with like a darker gray or like a black. I have to like just live with the mistakes. So I guess if you're trying to embrace mistakes, go ahead and get your craft paper journal because there's really no way to fix it unless they come out like a craft paper roll tape thing, Bobby. So I guess right here I want to put like Monday. We can like. I had an idea of using like the white marker, gel pen, whatever you're using, and putting color on top of it. So like maybe you can still have that color aspect that you might love of the white paper journal, but you love the background of the craft paper journal. But it works. But I mean, like you had to like make sure that it's dry, like super dry, before even thinking about writing on top of it. So I guess we can write July. Okay, Okay, so next, I want to try like filling this in with like tasks and things like that and see how the pen reacts. So in general, I like it. It's not my favorite. I'm gonna put it that way. Now, I'm gonna put this in context. If this paper was white, would I use it? No, not at all. I do a lot of writing in my journal, and it just concerns me that the paper is so porous. I'm not sure if that's because it's craft paper. It's just so porous for me. I just don't like that feeling of writing because it just feels like my pen is getting stuck in the paper. It's not an enjoyable writing experience for me, which sucks because I really was looking forward to using this craft paper a lot. So I guess it's like I can use it for like what is it, like designs and things like that, but like for actual writing or using it to like do like small task lists, I just can't see myself using it. The pen just kind of gets stuck so much in the like the crevices of the porous paper for me. But one thing to note is that the wet this is something that's going to happen in all your journals, but the wet paint from the popsicle markers did leave a little rippling effect on here. You can see it right on the camera right here. So that's a concern you have. I mean, that's kind of something that's going to happen in every journal, but I thought I should let you know. Now moving on to this black paper, we can only test so many pens on this because it is obviously black. But I have a couple white pens and a couple of these metallic markers that I'm pretty sure they won't work, but I do have white. I have 3 different whites, so we can use that. We can see what goes on. I did not have any other ones. So this one's already started, I believe. So overall, this paper is as smooth as the white paper. The dark grid is obviously like a lighter gray because it has to be on top of the black paper. The one thing is that, like I said, it's so smooth, and white gel pens are so inky, or paint pens, they're so inky that it's gonna take time to dry. So if I were to do this, like a lot of the white gel pen from this side is gonna transfer over. So that's something to keep in mind if you're gonna be using this kind of paper for journaling a lot, that you have to let it sit open and dry like this. I know that's not something I want to do so for a long time. So I guess I want to start a journal spread. Let's do a quote page. You know, this would be like a fun quote page. I'll do like a homage to my 200 subscribers. Okay, so I've definitely noticed that the paper is super smooth like the white paper. So I think this just might be a craft paper thing, that the paper is so porous, but this paper is really smooth, and it still keeps that white payoff, especially with this gel pen, especially with gel pens, I believe. I'm not sure. I think this is just not the greatest quality art paint marker in general, but it still could, you know, depending on paper, it could still get that payoff. But especially with this white gel pen, no matter how fast or slow I move this gel pen, I still get that same white payoff, bright, like super bright white, as bright as this apple pencil. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. That is just amazing for me. I know some black paper journals where no matter how much pressure you put, it still kind of like comes off white, not gray on the paper. So overall, I love this paper quality. Obviously, wow, really, computer? Obviously, the paper won't have any bleed through because we don't have any other colors to kind of test. Also, you wouldn't be able to see the bleed through because it's black paper. It's pretty opaque. So overall, this journal, I love this journal. And so if I were to give it a good rating based off of the criteria, first things first, we're gonna start off with the paper quality. That's gonna be 10 out of 10, honestly, for each journal. It's 10 out of 10 for the white and the black paper, and like a good 8.5 for the craft paper, just overall, because I just don't like that porous quality paper. For the packaging, this packaging came in, I just felt like I owned everything. This packaging is amazing. It has foil on the front, and when you open it, the box comes in, and then you get pretty nice packages. I'm pretty sure you've seen their packaging all over Instagram. So that's a good 5 out of 5. The journal features, pretty simple journal features at most journals. This one doesn't have page numbers actually. There's a name page, a nice gilded, not gilded, an emblem on the front cover, a back pocket, 2 standard ribbons, and a elastic closure and pin loop. But I will give it 2 extra points for the fact that there is a literal charm on my ribbon. This is what makes me want to use this journal like so much. Like I will use my journal every day just to like look at that charm. So that's a good 7 out of 5. Pricing, this journal their journals run anywhere from $30 to $36, which I think is pretty decent for 160. There's like 160 page ones, and there's 192 pages ones. But overall, the paper quality is just worth that kind of money. And then just overall quality is a good 10 out of 10. I love the faux leather journal cover. As you can see, it can get dusty really, really fast. I've only had this for maybe like a week or 2. Like, I'm just not filming this yet, don't judge me. But yeah, overall quality is great. I love everything. It feels like $30 worth of a journal, you know what I mean? So if I were to give this a good rating, this would be a 42 out of 40, and I would give this a good 5 stars. You know, a really great journal, 10 out of 10 recommend. So I'm gonna hand you guys out to the outro. So that's about it for this journal. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys want me to continue this as a series, let me know in the comment section below, because I don't want to do it without you guys' consent, because I don't want to waste my time filming a whole bunch of journal reviews that aren't necessary for you guys. And I hope you guys see you guys in. I want to say thank you to Archer and Olive again for sending me their journal. I loved it. Like I said, it's a good journal. Go recommend. The link will be in the description box below to go purchase it. I'll leave the white paper journal and this paper journal in the description box below. And that's it from me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to follow me on all my social medias, which is TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and here on YouTube. And subscribe if you're on YouTube. Like I said, we just hit 200 people, so that means 200 members of Stationary Fam. You could be one of those members. And if things are going the way they're going, TikTok may be banned from the US, so you might as well just go follow me on TikTok and get some good content while I have it. And yeah, that's it for me. See you guys in the next one. Bye, Stationary Fam.